Today I would like to do painting cute raccoon face together by acrylic, and I'm choosing a paper for painting on top. It's a canvas paper, and I have everything around, brushes and like flat brush, like round and pointy brush for some details, and then the acrylic paint, so we can start with a quick drawing and then painting together. So I choose yellow ochre for drawing because it's matched with the background. Background color is a little bit reddish, yellowy, browny, something like that. And the raccoons is brown and white as well, so this is matched with the background color and the raccoon as well. So I choose this color for drawing and start with one brush. Doesn't matter the round one or flat one, which one that you're comfortable with. So I try to connect every element on my on my surface. So my surface is 9 by 12 inches. I try to place the face on a center, and it's a little bit look oval shape, the face of raccoon. So I choose this part for the top part of the face and these two for the left and right. So this is the whole face. I can connect them easily, this line together. The drawing doesn't matter, anytime you can fix drawing shape. So we can choose this one and this line for the body. So we don't need to be accurate exactly because the feather around help us, it moves to the background. Because of that I start working with the background first and then on top adding the raccoons. So this is good for ears. I can add this part as well, 2 ears, and something, it's a start to separating the colors. Here is more reddish brown, it's more brownish color or maybe yellow ochre color because it's dark. Even it comes inside a little bit, just add a tone randomly, doesn't need to be perfect. And these are all this feathery shape that it goes out. And the eyes, it covers this part by white color, and I can separate this like a rectangle shape for the eyes because this part it's in dark color, it's in black. The raccoon's face is like that. Around the eyes is just a dark, so we can separate. The circly part inside is for the eyes. I will make that accurate later. And just this part we can place it for the nose and mouth. This is the nose, randomly we can add, and yeah, the rest is fine. So we have an idea about our raccoon, so we can start make it perfect and perfect. Okay, so far I'm going to add yellow ochre, orange color and a little bit reddish brown. I would like to mix those together for the background. So I choose orange because the background is not this shiny orange, so it's a little bit lighter than that. So I'm going to mix yellow ochre with that to make it more like the dull orange, like this. Again, take some more orange and then add a little bit reddish brown into that. Reddish brown is for the shadow part because I feel more happy to have different value in my background. I don't want to go with one solid color. So this is more darker, this is more lighter, so I can apply with these colors on top. And I can choose the bigger size of brush because it's more easy to handle it, and start apply with heavy paint easily to cover the background like an X shape, like this kind of movement. Not very clear left and right because this movement helped me to make texture and help me easily get rid of the white of background, which is not easy to get rid of it. So with the background. Even if we need some interesting things, we can use palette knife and make some texture. You can have some palette knife and take some colors and then apply with some movement and make some beautiful texture on top of your background, which is interesting. You can have it in different parts and make some lovely movement. Doesn't need to be with one color, you can go with different tone and colors, but when you use a palette knife to make a texture, it's really heavy, so it takes time to get completely dry. You need to know that, and we need to wait everything be completely dry and then apply next colors. Not on the background, really. We finish with the background. On our raccoon, we can add more paint and start making more accurate. Okay, now the background is completely dry, so we can add the paint on top of our raccoon, and then because of the fairy hair that he has, it comes some part into the background. So for now, I just would like to focus on the darkness that we see on the face. It's a black. I'm going to add yellow ochre, dark brown, reddish brown, a little bit light blue, and pure black with the white color on my palette. So just the pure black I'm going to take with my brush and try to, I don't need to pay attention to the eyes, it's okay. We can cover it, and then with one brush stroke we can make it more clear. So this part of the face, it's completely on black color, so I'm going to add the black color on top, and the reason is because on top it can come a little fairy hair with the white color around, so it's better to have the base with the black and then bring another color on top. So I'm going to just cover this part with black completely and try to use heavy paint, because as I mentioned before, it is not easy to get rid of white of canvas, so you need to work with more layers. Or if you want to have it flat, you need to work in one layer, then let it dry again back and add the second layer. So finish with one eye, move on the other. And then I wait this part get dry, so I move on the other part. So I'm happy with this blacky color that I'm going to add with brush stroke. Then on top I will add the eyes. So we have already the brush that has black inside. I can go to the nose. This part of the nose is black too, and it comes like this shape. We need to pay attention to the shape that we see and try to follow that. The shape is like this. And I know that on the top there is a light on top that make the nose a little bit separate and give it depth. Okay, this is good so far. Now we can leave it like that, then move on for next part. So it doesn't need to clean the brush with the water, just need to clean it by napkin. Now I'm going to move on to dark brown. So I have dark brown. I'm going to add the stroke with dark brown, and even if I need some black in between, I'm going to add that too. So randomly I'm going to add some brush stroke. Then on top I can bring more yellow ochre, more reddish brown to make it more clear and more beautiful, same as fairy hair. And I don't need to make it clean. Even the brush stroke, if it's visible, that would be nice because of the texture that we can make by this brush stroke for our raccoon. And then I'm moving for the other brown that I have, which is lighter. Add some stroke with that. Even some darker color like black under the mouth I need to bring. Around the ears I see some darker tone. Even we can cover it with one tone and then add more layers on top later. Just a bit more dark black as well. This part is more on black. And this part as well. Then I'm going to add reddish brown, a little bit mixed with the white. Give me more lighter tone, which is lovely. So I take this, bring it here. Okay, now I would like to work on face. And the face is two different colors. It's more light and white here, and then the darker tone on top. The darker tone is a mix of all these colors, same as the body that we add already, more here like that. So I start with the same brush that I use here. I start with the darker tone, which is brown. Always is nice to start with darker tone and then layer by layer adding the light part on top in acrylic paint, because when you add the dark tone you have that strong color that you already need as a darkness, and then you can bring always the lighter tone on top and make it lighter and lighter, or even you can wait everything get dry and then add the light color on top. All are happen. So randomly add some brownie color, reddish brown I mean, and then the darker brown, and then bring the reddish brown in between. You can switch to the tip of brush to make this fairy hair go to the background sometimes. And then I feel more happy to mix yellow ochre with reddish brown and a little bit white to make some warm color like that. Then take some, randomly bring in between. Help this color go into the background. That's so lovely, because raccoon hair is like cats, like dog. It's fairy and go out, so it's not straight. There is no line on it. In between we can add some more darker brown as well. Bring it close to the ear. Then more lighter tone. I'm going heavy paint so it has a texture on top, and then I switch to the light and dark in between and make heavy paint. Try to add this heavy texture on this paint thing and try to bring it out to the background. Even doesn't matter if you see here is light and the white color, you can add with this color as a base, and then on top bring the light tone later. I bring this color and I'm going to add a little bit darker color too in between. When all the colors is wet, they really nice blend together. So I would like to make the creamy color with the colors I have on my palette. On my brush I try to mix with the white and make some creamy tone that match with all these colors. I would like to connect the head part and the face to this body, so I try to make it like a square, like a line like that. Not finish the hair, finish the face, and then separately the body, because of this animal is look like best. So I can add a little bit light color here and even move on with the tip into the body. I feel here is more on grayish bluish, so we can add more blue into this mixture that we already have. This nice feeling is nice to have. I love this color, even the dark brown. I just use one brush for everything, but if you feel happy to switch the other brushes, welcome to do that. Like for example, I keep this aside, I switch with the clean brush to the white color, just a bit yellow ochre mix with it, but it should be more white because I would like to have more lighter tone here with heavy texture. So you don't have to always make a texture with palette knife. You can do the same with even the brush. Thick paint, heavy paint, always lovely to make a texture for you. But I'm more happy even under the light part of the face, which is the white. It's always nice to have one tone, like mid-tone color, like this color that I already have, and then on top bring the white color. It's so helpful to have nice base color on your painting and then bring the lighter tone on top. So it's much more easy to cover it and make the painting more natural. So you can go on back, switch to the light, switch to the dark, blend them together, let them move into each other with the tip of brush or with the whole brush and make a texture. Like that. It's a dry brush now because this is dry, there is no water in the brush and the surfaces start to get dry too. So it's nice movement happen. So I think it's okay with that part. We can move on around the ear. I have some lighter tone here. don't want to let it dry. You can use different colors. Yellow ochre, brown. And then on top, pure white color. Make some fairy hair here. Like that. So that's fine. We can leave it be like here, like this. Randomly, I would like to make some movement with white color. Even if you see, oh, it's too much, you can cover it again back with another color that you feel more happy with. Like that. So this is for this part of the face. I feel I need to bring more white color into the eyes too. So it's dry. We can bring some like a line into the eyes. That's okay. It's more natural for raccoon. Okay. Now we finished with one part, we move on the other part, and the same happened for the other part as well. So I'm going to add more reddish brown here, a little bit yellow ochre I would like to mix with, and a tiny bit white to make it lighter. So I move on to cover this part with more tone. And I try not to add more water, not more actually. I prefer to have heavy paint because heavy paint can cover easily the surface. It's a little bit dry. I feel that it's more dry pigment that can sit on top of the painting, but that would be cool because you have a texture. You make already the texture on your painting. And even I would like to add a little white more here and then the dark brown to make some creamy tone on this section. And I feel more bluey here, so I'm going to add more blue on this mixture and then bring it more feeling of blue here. A little bit come inside this part of the nose, even I can cover this part too. I know it cover more with the light tone. It's okay if you bring some warmer color or cooler color to cover it before adding any white color on top. So this is good for the base, and I'm going to add more darker tone with these two brown and yellow ochre for here. And then I'm moving a little more with the brown, bring it inside the ear, even this part. Try to use tip of brush for adding fairy hair out to the background more, or even here. Prefer to add more dark color first and then adding more light on top later. Now the base is ready. Everything move on well. Now I'm going to add with another brush white color, a little bit add yellow ochre into that to make it creamy. Then more heavy paint, bring it on top. You can use tip of brush to draw some narrow line and like bring into the background. It's okay if it's thick. Would be nice to be so thick and heavy and even dry. Just throw out some details more here. And even around the ears, first of all, it's nice to make some base with yellow ochre, and this mixture we already have with light and dark brown. So I make those, and then with the white color add some more details. Or even inside the ear we can add more details. Like that. Now both sides of the face is finished. We already make it look like our raccoon. Now the nose I would like to, this is the base with the darker tone. I prefer to bring some light tone like white mixture of yellow ochre on top to make it creamy. I'm not cover everywhere. Try to add with the dry brush. Dry brush means no water and the paint is so dry. Try to make a texture around, even the colors on the base is visible a little bit would be great. And then on top I try to cover with this lighter tone. Here it's more yellowy. Even if I disappear, I try to bring it back again. I feel I should bring the nose a little bit down. I will fix it by black color. So with the tip of brush I try to make some line a little like that here. It's too much. Again we can back with dark color to cover it. Even these are even thick, we can make it narrow. So I thought that I would like to make the nose a little come down. So again back to the black color, bring more tone here toward down and bring it down the nose. So I think we need, yeah, we cover everything. Everything is clear and fine. And we make our raccoon be lovely. Just need to place the eyes and the shine for the nose. Now to make more details like the eyes and the shine on the nose, I'm going to use a round and pointy brush. We need white color, pure white color. I just add one line as a shine here inside the nose. Even when the blacky color is wet, I can move a little bit my brush to little by little help it disappear. Or take another brush, sometimes it's helpful with the black color to bring that darker tone on top and make it a little bit disappear. It depends how much light you add on top. So this is good for the nose. And for the eyes, I'm going to make with the pure white color a little bit round and liney shape here. I would like to show this, these are the place of the eyes. Just cover it with the curvy shape under this part. And I have two brushes, so I can use those if I want to make it darker. A little bit blue, bring into the white. For the top of eye, I'm not make it round shape. I just add a tone a little on top. And then try to fade it with another brush with the black. Because I prefer not to be clear into the eyes. That's more nice on animals, not just a circle like a kid's drawing and painting. Try to shape and form it here a little more dark and narrow, and then the other part is more thick and white. So yeah, I think we are okay with our eyes. And just I would like to make 1 or 2 whiskers. So clean my brush very well. Even I can go with a really narrow brush, pointy and narrow liney brush. That's so helpful. And if you want to have the whiskers so be liney and clear and not really thick, add the water in your paint. Make your paint so loose and watery like that. Dilute it, hold the hair of brush into that, and try to draw, make it straight, draw a line for whiskers. So it's really narrow and liney like that. There is no thickness on it, and on both sides you can draw the whiskers like this. So yep, we are finished with our raccoon. Even some more line if you want to add here with this narrow brush stroke. Sometimes a really tiny stroke, it's nice to have some hair everywhere. Make it nice and beautiful. Yep. That's our beautiful cute raccoon, and hope you enjoy this painting. Thanks again for joining me.